really nice to be back here. I was only here for the first part of my sort of like junior career, and when I got to about under 12, I went to 𝗢𝗟 because of the lack of teams my age. But no, it's really nice to be back here. Obviously, I started here where the journey for my rugby started, especially being back on this pitch and seeing all the boys and girls here like I was once to say to the exact same thing. So yeah, I think it's really good being back. It's really nice.
It must be especially nice to be here today because you haven't got to go back on the track. You
nice 30-minute walk over, 30-second walk over instead of a half hour to an hour drive home. So yeah, it's really nice.
This week's been great. You know, we've been to 𝗢𝗟𝗪 𝗪𝗢, and this is the final stop this week. How amazing is it to reach out to the community?
I think it's really important. I think as a club we do it really well. I think obviously it's a lot more special for me and Ryan because it's at home. But for the other three clubs we've been to, 𝗢𝗟𝗪 𝗪𝗢, Caerphilly and Pontypool, I think you can tell for the boys who grew up there how special it is and how much that club means to them. So obviously we are where we are now, but it wouldn't have happened without these clubs starting it all off. So I think it's really special to be back.
And this has been a rich breeding ground. You know, the two of you obviously, but also Cart, Big Joe as well come through.
I don't know, doing all right. It's nice. I think that's credit to the coaches and the teams that we have and the boys we grew up playing with. I think obviously you've got Ryan, like you said, Cart, and obviously Joe, how long. But yeah, I think like you said, pretty some good, decent players. Decent. Could be better, but yeah, decent.
I spoke to Yendel earlier in the week about coming back and coaching Caerphilly. You and your brother have come back and coached here as well. Just a little bit talking about your coaching journey there.
Yeah, I only started. I've had one game, which was the Dragons Cup final, which we won, beat Pontypool. So credit to the boys if they see this. I absolutely love it. They've been asking me for a while, but because obviously other commitments with training and then Newport as well, I haven't been able to. But I think now I've started, I've fallen in love with it. All the group of boys we had last season and coming through this season as well. I can't thank them enough and credit them enough for what they've done and how good they are. But yeah, I think it's really good. Like a nice thing outside of playing. It's nice to be on that side of the fitness instead of the doing it. So yeah, it's nice. I love it.
Yeah, you mentioned fitness. You've probably been doing a lot of running in the last couple of weeks, especially.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. You're on the mend back from long-term injury. How's that been?
It's tough. I think there's no sugarcoating it. I think for anyone. Obviously, I'm not the only person going through a long injury, and I've been out for basically about 2 years now with hamstrings. I think it's definitely there's some better days or some days are better than others. You can get into quite a dark place, but obviously it's how you deal with those things. It's how there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So however hard it gets, obviously it's always temporary. However big the injury may be, I've had 3 operations in the past 2 years. So, but I think to be at the point where I'm almost back, I think you can see you're going to step through that bit at the end. So I think it's very tough, but obviously, like I said, I'm not the only one going through it. So if anyone is, there's always light somewhere, however dark it may seem. I think, but obviously sometimes very hard to actually accept that. Like when I had my 4th or 5th injury in this span of a couple of years, people were telling me it gets better, and you struggle to see it. I'm really open about it. I don't mind talking about it. Like it does get hard, but yeah, now I think it's all in the past. And, it's like the main thing is putting in the past. So yeah, it's tough.
Is it that light, and also I suppose that your brother, having that connection with him, is that something that helps you through those tough times?
Yeah, definitely. I think definitely having Ryan, sort of the way I've seen how successful he's been, how good he's been. And I hope he doesn't see this, but. I think it's definitely motivated me to carry on because I can see the rewards that you get from coming back. So he's had a few injuries himself, but also it's like the boys that I'm around with every day. Obviously, Ryan's Ryan, but I have I can't thank all the boys here enough, and also all the physios and the coaches for how staying with me really. Obviously, it's really easy to get rid of me after you have a few, but no, I think I can't credit everyone enough for keeping me in there. I think so. Obviously, it's as much of them as it was me staying in it.
And in terms of your route to recovery now, what are we? You don't have to go in depth, but what are we looking at in terms of what's the next stage in your recovery process?
So basically fully fit, which is a nice thing to say. I haven't said that in a long time, but yeah, I've got about 3 more weeks of training before I'm back into everything. I'm in the unit stuff at the moment, so the back's only stuff, but when that starts into the team, when I can, in the first week of block 3, I'm back into the team stuff. So only about 3 more weeks of training, which is nice. It's a nice feeling saying that. Very nice.